No, it holds well.
It holds well?
I think so.
But it's not aimed at you anymore. It's not aimed at your facing. You know, and it's so funny because I look in the back mirror and I see these two cameras looking at us. It looks like little robots.
So we're going anyways without this camera. So we have to just go and yeah.
Sometimes what stops things from happening is that people want to know if the risk-taking is going to be rewarded ahead of time. And you can't know ahead of time. It's like when you're born, you want to know when you die. Well, you don't know. And so you have to take the risk of living and trying and exploring and visiting unknown places if you want to have a life, if you want to make an impact.
The start is almost 50% of the whole process of innovation, because you can write a whole treatise how to swim, for instance, but sometime you have to dive.
Yes. Yes. And the sooner you dive, the sooner you'll get an idea of what this is about. Having both a European education, I was educated in theoretical thinking, and then spending 10 years in the United States doing research, helped me achieve a balance between doing and thinking. You have an idea which is inspired by everything you know. Having an idea comes from who you are, what you do, what you eat, what you've read. And so I like the balance of the two. I like building and I like thinking. I like action, but I need meditation. And the zen of life is in between, is in achieving a balance in between.
Oh, that's great. Working with cities, I realized that there's a lot of energy that you spend living here, working here, leisure here. So I'm trying to understand what could be better for people, what could be easier, what could make their lives better.
If living in the city where most people live could be made pleasant, less stressful, then people would have time to sit back and think about ourselves, our lives, the people who govern us, where do we want to go from here, and how can we evolve as a better society. Let me actually point at the beauty of this view from where we are.
Beautiful.
In Naples. It's enchanting to be here and to be driving.
I'm fascinated about one thing, and how to make it happen. And sometimes you have a good idea, but you don't know how to make it happen. So I manage the way how to organize a good equation of co-responsibility, how to make it happen. For instance, the city of Rio, they are spending $800 million to clean their bays. The bay. So you know the way how we did in my state? We started to have an agreement with the fishermen. So if the fisherman catches the fish, it belongs to him.
Yes.
If he catches garbage, we buy the garbage. So if the day is not good for fishing, they are going to fish garbage. The more they fish garbage, the cleaner the bay become. And the cleaner the bay is, more fish they'll have.
That's a great idea.
That's a good equation of co-responsibility.
Yes.
In many
co-responsibility, that is a great word. For a society, there is co-responsibility.
You know, I prefer to have in my team artists, because they have the sensitivity to feel society earlier.
Yes.
So why should I work with people that they feel society after, if I can work with people that they feel it earlier? They have that kind of skin.
And I think that's exactly the way they perceive things, which is through their body. Their body becomes like the processor of the information that they get from the world, which inspires the creative thoughts.
Quem cria nasce todo el día. Who creates is born every day.
Thank you for saying that. You know, the very first installation that I built at MIT reversed the typical relationship between dance and music. I did work on body tracking, ways that cameras looking at a performer can understand the movement of your hands, of your body, of the center of mass.
Yeah, great.
So as opposed to choosing the music first, the idea is that you just move freely in the space.
And the music will come.
And the music comes along with you. Working with dancers really made me appreciate even more deeply the human body. Technology is not about replacing the body. It's about transforming the body into the interface.
The beauty of the city, it's related to its people. So it's nothing to do with technology. The beauty is how the people can live in their city.
Yes.
So
technology is just a medium to capture that. Yeah. I remember once I designed one of my installations to be set up as a happening in the city. I did that experiment in the city of Linz in Austria. We were able to get a hold of a really bright projector, and we used that to project life questions and images of people on building facades. And what we would project on the building facades were questions such as, what is happiness? What is sadness? Questions that we may not think about as we're busy with our daily lives. And then they would take cameras to people and they would ask them, so what do you think is happiness? One guy was with his girlfriend. He said, for me, happiness is being with this woman. Somebody else has said, well, for me, happiness is winning the lottery. And it was, I think what the happening really was is that we got all these people thinking about what is happiness. For me, happiness is related to the joy of creation. Yeah. This is something I feel so deeply. When I conceive something that I think is valuable, it really resonates inside. I can really feel a profound joy, and it really drives my life.
You know, with life, with the age, it's different. For me, in some moments, happiness is air-conditioned and pedicure.
We're entering Rome, I believe, right now. Look at the beauty of it.
Roma. So it's the way you organize, the way you make people committed. We have children in the favelas that they come to the parks and they used to throw away the plants. Oh. So we contracted them, the families, the children, to plant, and we bought the plants from them. And we had only 5% of damage. And that was beautiful, how the people, they reacted to that.
If we thought of the entire world as our city, if we could create that sense of co-responsibility in the entire world and promote this idea of solidarity, based not just simply on empathy, but of the idea of taking responsibility for this big one city in which we live. Those are the ideas and the seeds that can actually change the world.
Oh, I'm enjoying. I would like to ask if we could have extra days. I would like
we should keep talking.
Yeah, because it's beautiful.